Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna 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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare 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 Ram Ram Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna 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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
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 Krishna
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Ram Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Thank you all for
Hare Krishna,
joining.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Mute Umakant Prabhu. So we are reading Bhagavatam now. And the verse from yesterday, I'll recite. Or Janma Karma Vayo Rupa Vidya Aishwarya Dhanadivi Yadyasya na Bhavet Stambas Tatrayam Anugraha. So this verse is saying that if one is born in a high aristocratic family or a higher status of life, Janma Aishwarya, no, Janma Karma, if one is doing very good activities, wonderful activities, and is very youthful, Vayo, is very beautiful, Rupa, Vidya Aishwarya, very learned, and is wealth, Vidya Aishwarya, Dhana Adibi, yeah, Dhana is also wealth, Dhana Adibi, Yadya Yasya, if such a possessor, na bhavet stambas, is not proud, then tatrayam madanugraha, then he is said to have received the mercy of the Lord. So after having everything, all the opulences, if one is not proud, then he is said to have received mercy of the Lord. Anybody else want to recite the verse?
I forgot about it, so I'm going to memorize it today.
Okay, no problem. Actually, I forgot. I just memorized now. Morning 5 minutes. It's easy verse. But very nice verse. Okay, so we will read Bhagavatam. So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Still lot of noises coming from your side.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me see why it's coming. The CPU is 21%. Okay, there is some. Let me close. Zoom is open. Sorry about that. Just 1 minute. I'll just close some windows. Is it getting any better or not?
No, I think it's same. It's fine. We can hear you. This has been going on since quite some time. It's not new. We can hear you fine.
But the noise, I'm trying to reduce.
It's your desktop computer. I mean, if you shift to using a phone or
But it's
device.
only 10% CPU. I don't know. Maybe I restarted also my computer.
It's fine, Prabhu. I mean, we can hear you properly.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see if there is anything that's occupying the CPU. So Microsoft Teams only is the major. Okay. And I have Streamlabs. So okay, so WhatsApp is not there. Kill the WhatsApp. Okay, so today we have to read Canto 10, I think.
Tomorrow we read, but if you want to finish that section, I'll go back to, I think, Canto 2, Chapter 10.
Yesterday we read which one?
Canto 10.
10 to 10, but we didn't finish. Did we finish that chapter? No.
We didn't finish the chapter Nalkuve Manigrivar's prayers.
Maybe we can finish that because that 210 is very technical also. About, but we can finish this chapter. Which verse we were on?
We were doing the prayers.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah, so I think we covered till 40.
so only 3 verses are left. Okay.
We covered 38 for sure.
You're mad after. Yeah, Krishna is saying that I didn't want to actually bestow favor, but now it is by grace of mercy.
It's from 40 onwards.
40 onwards. Okay. It's only 3 verses. Okay.
Mm.
Let's start 40.
Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "The great Saint Narad Muni is very merciful. By his curse, he showed the greatest favor to both of you, who were mad after material opulence, and who had thus become blind. Although you fell from a higher planet, Swarglok, and became trees, you were most favored by him. I knew of all these incidents from the very beginning." So yeah, they got the mercy of Narad Muni. This curse was blessing in disguise, and Krishna knew everything. Of course, he orchestrates and he sends the devotees in our life, and he creates the situations. When one is face to face with the sun, there is no longer darkness for one's eyes. Similarly, when one is face to face with a sadhu, a devotee who is fully determined and surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one will no longer be subject to material bondage. So it's referring to that verse, Krishna Surya Sama hoy. Krishna Surya Sama
Maya hoy andhakar.
Maya hoy andhakar, jahan Krishna tahan nahi Maya radhikar. So wherever there is Krishna, there cannot be Maya, there cannot be darkness. Same with the devotees. Wherever there are devotees who are fully determined and surrendered, there cannot be Maya, there cannot no longer be material bondage. Onal Kavira Manigrip. Now you may both return home. Since you desire to be always absorbed in my devotional service, your desire to develop love and affection for me will be fulfilled. And now you will never fall from that platform. So Krishna fulfills our desires. Whatever we desire is going to reciprocate accordingly. Ye yathamam prapadyante. So now they have become a pure devotee. Pure devotee they have become by through the suffering that they were in the tree bodies for 100 years. Was it 100 years?
36,000 years. 100 celestial years.
Celestial years. 36,000 years they were suffering, and also they were seeing Krishna's pastimes. So both of those things, and they were repenting also. That purified them, and they developed this desire. And Krishna is saying, I will fulfill your desire, and you go back to Swarga planets and you continue your devotion to me there. And now you will never fall from that platform. So, and Shukdev Goswami said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, having spoken to the two demigods in this way, they circumambulated the Lord. Having spoken to the two demigods in this way, they circumambulated the Lord who was bound to the wood and mortar and offered obeisances to him. After taking the permission of Lord Krishna, they returned to their respective homes.
Respective homes means in their position as the whatever their heavenly planets. In the heavenly planets.
Mm.
Okay. But now they will not be doing such things because they learned their lesson and they got higher taste by observing Krishna's pastimes.
Mm-hmm. Once bitten, twice shy.
Okay, so we can read another chapter. Where is this? The childhood pastimes. Childhood pastimes of Krishna. Yeah. Who wants to read?
I can read Prabhuji, but there is a lot of noise coming in the background.
It comes and goes. Yeah, sometimes
Okay,
becomes
okay.
very, very, very a lot, and then it just disappears.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can read.
Why it is coming? I don't understand that part.
That's okay, Prabhuji. You can figure
I
out
don't know.
later.
Playing
I don't want
anything.
to take your time during this Bhagavatam session. Yeah. Um, do we start from beginning? This chapter describes from
Yeah.
there. Okay, Prabhuji,
Okay.
change the screen.
Yeah, I closed all the my apps. So 1 minute, let me go back.
Okay.
I mean, Google was the one. Maybe I should log out and log back in. Maybe see what. Or Zoom is better. Actually, go to Zoom.
Mm,
See.
yeah. That's okay, Prabhuji. Now it's little better. Like it's not a lot. So yeah, it's audible at least. You are audible, and background noise is also a little less.
Okay. Childhood pastime. Okay.
Okay, I'll start from this chapter. This chapter describes how the inhabitants of Gokul left Gokul and went to Vrindavan, and how Krishna killed Vatsasur and Bakasur. When the Yamala Arjuna trees fell, they made a tremendous sound like that of a falling thunderbolts. Being surprised, Krishna's father Nanda and the other elderly inhabitants of Gokul went to the spot where they saw the fallen trees and Krishna standing between them. Bound to the Ullukhal, the wooden mortar, they could find no cause for the trees having fallen and Krishna's being there. They thought this might be the work of some other asura who had met Krishna on this spot, and they inquired from the playmates of Krishna about how the whole incident had taken place. The children properly describes how everything had happened, but the elderly persons could not believe the story. Some of them, however, thought that it might be true since they had already seen many wonderful incidents in connection with Krishna. Anyway, Nand Maharaj immediately released Krishna from the ropes. In this way, Krishna at every day and every moment displayed wonderful incidents to increase the parental affection of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, who thus felt both surprise and joy. The breaking of the Yamala Arjunas was one of these wonderful pastimes. Pastimes. One day, a fruit vendor approached Nanda Maharaj's house, and Krishna gathered some food, grains with his little palms, and went to the vendor to exchange the grains for fruit. On the way, almost all the grains fell from his palm, only one or two grains remaining. But the fruit vendor, out of full affection, accepted these grains in exchange for as much fruit as Krishna could take. As soon as she did this, her basket became filled with gold and jewels. Therefore, thereafter, all the elderly Gopas decided to leave Gokul because they saw that in Gokul there was always some disturbance. They decided to go to Vrindavan, Vrajdham, and the next day they all departed. In Vrindavan, both Krishna and Balram, after finishing their childhood pastimes, began to take charge of the cows and send them to the pasturing grounds, Gocharan. During this time, a demon named Vatsasur entered among the cows and was killed, and another Asur in the shape of a big duck was also killed. The playmates of Krishna narrated all these stories to their mothers. The mothers could not believe their children Krishna's playmates, but because of full affection, they enjoyed these narrations of Krishna's activities. Okay, Prabhuji, if somebody else wants to read, can continue. Or you wanted to read till certain.
Yeah, 5 verses we read, but if you read the summary and somebody else wants to read, or you want
Yeah,
to read,
yeah.
it's
Let
fine.
them read first. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Who will read next?
Hare Krishna, I can read
Go ahead.
from text 1.
Yeah.
Shukdev Goswami continued, O Maharaja Parikshit, when the Yamala Arjuna trees fell, all the cowherd men in the neighborhood, hearing the fierce sound and fearing thunderbolts, went to the spot. There they saw the fallen Yamala Arjuna trees on the ground, but they were bewildered, because even though they could directly perceive that the trees had fallen, they could not trace out the cause for their having done so. Krishna was bound by the rope to the ulukala, the mortar, which he was dragging. But how could he have pulled down the trees? Who had actually done it? Where was the source for this incident? Considering all these astounding things, the cowherd men were doubtful and bewildered. Then all the cowherd boys said, It is Krishna who has done this. When he was in between the two trees, the mortar fell crosswise. Krishna dragged the mortar, and the two trees fell down. After that, two beautiful men came out of the trees. We have seen this with our own eyes. Because of intense paternal affection, the cowherd men, headed by Nanda, could not believe that Krishna could have uprooted the trees in such a wonderful way. Therefore, they could not put their faith in the words of the boys. Some of the men, however, were in doubt. Since Krishna was predicted to equal Narayana, they thought it might be that he could have done it.
Okay, so these
Prabhuji,
trees
you
were,
are on mute.
yeah, sorry. So the trees were huge and they were standing for, as we know, 36,000 years. How much a tree can grow in that much time. And the roots were also very deep. So it was very, difficult to uproot those trees. And Krishna, with a little tug, when his mortar got stuck between the two trees, he brought the two trees. And the trees fell, and Krishna was it just missed. The trees might have fell on Krishna. So seeing all this noise, all the cowherd men came. What happened? What happened? Why? And they saw Krishna there, and they asked the friends of Krishna who were playing there. Oh, who did? It's the same like in Shakatasur pastime when he kicked the cart and everything came tumbling down. Similarly, here they asked the friends, who did? Who did? And they said, oh, Krishna did it. His mortar got stuck sideways and he pulled. So, but they were not ready to believe. Some said, yeah, it could be because this child is as good as Narayan. So, we don't know. He's done many wonderful things. So, they were in doubt. Okay, so that is the summary. This. Anything else anyone would like to say? Okay, verse 6 onwards. Can read.
Read.
Great Prabhu.
Somebody else was reading? Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. When Nanda Maharaj saw his own son bound with ropes to the wooden mortar and dragging it, he smiled and released Krishna from his bonds. The gopis would say, If you dance, my dear Krishna, then I shall give you half a sweet meat. By saying these words or by clapping their hands, all the gopis encouraged Krishna in different ways. At such time, although he was supremely powerful personality of Godhead, he would smile and dance according to their desire, as if he were a wooden doll in their hand. Sometimes he would sing very loudly at their bidding. In this way, Krishna came completely under the control of the gopis. Mm.
Want to say anything?
Yeah, so this is not related to the trees. I
Ah,
think this is after that, right? So
yeah.
everything, mm, yeah,
There's another pastime like that. Yeah.
yeah.
This chapter is titled Childhood Pastimes of Krishna. So
Okay, so
all
this is
different pastimes are
the
there.
Leela of Lord.
Okay.
You can you scroll up? Yeah. Next day. Sometime Mother Yashoda and her gopi friends will tell Krishna, bring this article or bring that article. Sometimes they would order him to bring a wooden plank, wooden shoes, or a wooden measuring pot, and Krishna, when thus ordered by the mothers, would try to bring them. Sometimes, however, as if unable to raise these things, he would touch them and stand there, just to invite the pleasure of his relatives. He would strike his body with his arms to show that he had sufficient strength. Yeah, I think it was that he brought his father's uh, right chapel every day. I think, or sometime. Sometime Mother Yashoda and her gopi friends will tell. Oh no, this we have read 9. To pure devotees throughout the world who could understand his activities, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna exhibited how much he can be subdued by his devotees, his servants. In this way, he increased the pleasure of the Brajvasis by his childhood activities. Mm. So mostly all the gopis and gopas were had come with Krishna, right, from the Gokul Dham.
Yeah, they all moved.
Yeah, they knew him, right? Um, and once a woman selling fruit was calling, "Oh, inhabitants of Brijbhumi, if you want to purchase some fruits, come here." Upon hearing this, Krishna immediately took some grains and went to barter as if he needed some fruits. Yeah, this one is a good pastime.
Hmm.
Hare Krishna.
There's a nice
Mhm.
picture of this.
Mm. Yeah. In the verse 9, the you open the verse, it mentions this Bhritya Vashyata. Krishna comes under the control of his devotees.
Just like in Damodar Leela also.
Hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, the gopis are saying, we'll give you a laddu, you dance for me. And Krishna gets up and starts dancing. He becomes a puppet in the hands of his devotees.
Hmm. This is very funny. He goes there, he's trying to lift the wooden plank, the wooden shoes, whatever they asked him to bring. He would just touch and stand there because he was not
Able to pick
capable,
it up.
capable of
Mhm.
lifting.
Mhm.
Then he would strike his body.
Like wrestlers do, right? That I am very strong, I have these muscles.
And then he would bring it somehow.
Mhm.
We have that nice picture of Krishna having chappal on his head of Nanda Baba.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So anything else? So they all moved from Gokul to Vrindavan.
Uh,
Gokul Mahavan to Vrindavan. Why? Because of
I mean, the last thing that happened was his Yamal Arjun trees falling. But they were previously Putana came, Shakatasur, Trinavarth. So they were saying it's a lot of demons that are attacking Krishna there. And
it's a bad neighborhood. It's a bad neighborhood. Yeah.
mhm,
A lot of crime happening in this neighborhood.
yeah.
Because of this neighborhood.
And it said that they made a decision and overnight they moved.
Yeah. Hmm.
For
And
Krishna, they're willing to give up everything.
hmm,
And they're very simple. Also, if we have to move, we have so much stuff accumulated in our house.
hmm.
So they were not like that. They were very simple living in. So they moved on carts, the small stuff that they had. For Krishna, everybody was willing to move.
They didn't call the movers.
Mm.
And yeah, in Vrindavan there was nice grass for the cows to eat at Govardhan. So I think right that was one reason they also were thinking of the pleasure of the cows. So,
Mhm.
so every day Krishna would go from his village in Vrindavan to Govardhan to graze. Although it's very far, right? I mean, if you think
Mhm.
Vrindavan and Govardhan, but
They actually stayed at one place, Shattikara, right? Shattikara. Mm, mm. They were staying there for few years actually. I read in this Vrindavan Parikrama book.
and then they finally moved, right?
Mm.
Chattikara is like all the carts were lined up in a
Mm.
circle and they were
Uh,
staying there. I don't know, is 1 year they stayed or a few
few years.
years?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. See, yeah, I have it in my book here. So, so how long he was staying in Gokul?
3 years, I
Yeah, 3 years and 4 months. On their way, they camped between Govardhan Hill and Yamuna, more precisely at a place known as Shattikara. Shattikara was previously called Shakatavar because when Nanda Maharaj stayed there, all the shakats, the bullock carts used for transportation, were arranged in a circle. The Lord then moved to Nandagram and remained there for another 3 years and 4 months. So, so Chattikara, they stayed there for 3 years.
think.
So uh, where Vrindavan, he stayed only for 3 years and 4 months. So total, he stayed 10 years, some months, right? And before he moved to Mathura. So in the Chattikara area, they were staying for approximately 3 years.
Okay.
But didn't Krishna call Vishkarma to build the houses in Vrindavan? Right? There's some pastime there also.
I never heard of that pastime.
Mhm.
Maybe there is, yeah. Okay, so then this woman was coming to sell fruit, and she came to Krishna's house. So there was barter system at that time. You get fruits, and in return, Krishna was supposed to bring grains.
Mhm.
So Krishna is bringing some grains, and he would get fruits in return from this fruit vendor. So
So
Krishna,
this fruit vendor pastime is only mentioned in two verses in Bhagavatam. The 10th verse, 11th verse. But there is a big pastime which has been elaborated in Acharya's commentary. Like this woman, she had heard about Krishna, right? From so many people. She was selling apples and oranges, bananas, and she would stop and hear about Krishna from everybody she was meeting. And then after some time, instead of saying take apple, take banana, take orange, she was saying take Damodar, take Keshav, take Madhusudan, like all names of Krishna, she was saying. So, because she had heard so much about Krishna, she was eager to see Krishna. And she was looking for, and she was chanting Krishna's names, and she was looking for the Nandagram where Krishna was staying. So, Krishna got attracted by her chanting of Krishna's names, and he came out and he wanted to take all these fruits. And he said, yeah, and he brought some grains in his hand. This is, I think, Mahanidhi Swami has a book. He has elaborated this pastime. It's
maybe we can read that sometime, yes. Or so you can describe, somebody can describe after reading it.
mhm,
And this also, when Krishna was bound, we know that Gopas could not open his knot when he was bound in Damodar Leela. And Nanda Baba, he came and he opened the knot. Yeah, so that's also, Nanda Baba is also in Vatsalya Ras, so he could open the knot. And yeah, so she had actually Vatsalya Bhav towards Krishna, right? This lady, I don't know, I heard in class, I don't know which book it is, which scripture it is, but this
yeah,
fruit
correct.
vendor had
Mhm.
like She wanted to have Krishna sit on her lap and call her
Correct.
as mom, mother.
Mine. Mhm.
And Krishna was thinking, no, my mother has said not to associate with strangers or go with the strangers. So he was, but this lady was very much like feeling affection, and so Krishna said, okay, nobody's around. Now I'll come and sit on your lap for some time. And he sat, and in this way fulfilled the desire of this lady to have Krishna as her, like that Vatsalya bhav that she had towards Krishna. And then after that, this lady became completely very, very, what you can say, intoxicated. She was already, I mean, as you were saying before, but then this interaction with Krishna, and Krishna came out and he was bringing grains, but all the grains were slipping from his hands because his hands were very small. So by the time he reached from his home to the outside where this lady was, he had hardly few grains in his hand because all the grains slipped out of his hand, and his hands were anyway very small. And so he gave it to this lady, and the lady was thinking, what a kind of transaction is this, right? But she was so enchanted by Krishna's beauty. I think that will come here. Is it there here in this? That she gave him, she filled, okay, that's the next verse. She fills Krishna's hands with fruits. So many fruits that Krishna could not even hold. You put the picture, I think, right?
Ah,
No, it was the other picture.
yeah, I can put.
Yeah, it was the Krishna holding the Nanda Baba's chapel. So she put so many fruits in his hands, he could not even hold it. And then she left, and then as she was going, she was singing about Krishna, everything. That's what I heard. I don't know if this is in some scripture, but then when her basket was very heavy also, and she looked inside, and it had all her fruits had transformed into jewels. That's here also mentioned. Fruit basket was, and but she didn't want it. Somebody said that she threw it in the, I don't know if it's
Mm.
Yamuna, because she just wanted Krishna's. I think she got the fruits. No, she got the grains, and her basket was filled with. So this pastime we say, if you give little to Krishna, Krishna will give you more. This pastime and Sudama's pastime, where they got material wealth, but the real wealth they got was Krishna Prem. So that's how.
Um, in WhatsApp, I've given you the PDF that has this pastime in detail.
Hmm. Okay, we can read that
It's
pastime.
like 5 pages only. It's not that much.
Okay, let's see. I close my WhatsApp. Open it. It's from Narayan Maharaj's thing also. Right? He
His
also
book.
has.
Yeah, it's his book. It's on page 53.
Okay, let me open it. Oh, opening. It's saying opening. Okay. Krishna, the butter thief. Hmm. We go to page 53. Where is it? Okay.
Yeah, you type it. You type it.
Anyway, I can go here. It's not 60 pages only, this book.
Yeah.
So
It
here
has
it
9
is.
butter stealing pastimes also.
Hmm. So we can read. Somebody like to read?
Is this a place?
Yeah, the glorious fruit seller.
Yeah. Okay. I can read. Attracted by Nandanandan, At the same time that Sri Krishna was performing his pastimes in Vrindavan, there was a lady in the nearby city of Mathura who used to sell exceptionally sweet fruits. She would go to the country villages where small children lived and walk through the narrow lanes calling out mangoes, oranges, bananas, guava. She had such lovely ripe fruits that many children would run to her and ask for them in a beautiful way. They would all collect around her and watch her with greedy eyes, saying, Mother, mother, I want to take that fruit. She was very popular with the children. One day, this fruit seller lady heard the name Nanda Nandan, which means the son of Nanda, and she became very much attracted. Someone told her, Yashoda has given birth to a very lovely boy, and his name is Krishna. He is so beautiful and so attractive that those who go to Gokul and see him just once cannot think of anything else. They give they give their minds and hearts to that boy and return home without them. When the fruit seller heard this, she wanted to see that boy. One day she took a basket full of fruits and with some difficulty crossed the river Yamuna in a makeshift boat made of banana trees and branches tied together. Then she set off for Gokul, which was only 7 miles from where she had crossed the Yamuna. The fruit seller went to Gokul and began calling out to attract people to buy her fruits. She wanted to call out fruit, bananas, mangoes, oranges, guava, but she was thinking of Krishna. So instead she called out Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govind Damodar Madhaveti. That's that Bilva Mangal Thakur's one of the lines there is this about this pastime. She began to cry out more loudly, Govind Damodar Madhav, as she walked along with her basket on her head. Indian ladies can carry baskets on their heads without touching them with their hands. They can carry 2, 3, or even 4 pots of water stacked on top of their head without holding them. Raj gopis are expert in this. The fruit seller went on like this, her heart crying. Krishna, Govinda, Damodar. For the whole day she made the rounds in Nandagram, where Krishna lived with his parents, but Krishna did not come. She returned the next day, the next, but she still did not see him. So she was persistent and determined, and she was keep coming and wanting, very eager to see Krishna. After the third day, she vowed, if Krishna does not allow me to see him today, I will not return. I will just give up my life. Yeah. Same as King Prataparudra. With this conviction, she was so absorbed in singing Govinda Damodar Madhav that Krishna could not check himself when he heard her calling. He was sitting in Mother Yashoda's lap, but he quickly jumped off to go to the fruit seller. Krishna had seen adults bartering, and he knew that the fruit seller would give him some fruit if he gave him something in return. On the way out, he saw a sack of grains, and he picked some up in his little hands and ran into the courtyard. Oh, I want some fruits. I want some. Give me fruits. This fruit seller was from a lower class, so she was waiting outside the gate. She could not come into Mother Yashoda's house or even in the courtyard. Although Krishna had tried to bring some grains for bartering, his little hands would not hold many, and most of the grains that he had picked up fell to the ground and as he ran out. There were only a few grains left, but Krishna did not notice this. He thought that his hands were so full of grains that the fruit seller would give him plenty of fruit. When the fruit seller saw Krishna, she became completely captivated by the wonderful sight. She just sat looking and looking at him. In a moment, she had given her heart to Krishna. Give me fruits, Krishna told her. What will you give me in return? I have brought lots of grains with me. The fruit seller smiled and said, Oh boy, there are no grains in your hands. Krishna looked at his hands and was surprised to see that all the grains were gone. He still wanted the fruits though. The fruit seller looked at Krishna's face and said, If you call me mother and sit on my lap, I will give you all the fruits you want. Krishna looked up and down, this way and that, to see if anyone was watching. He is very affectionate to all his devotees and is not even slightly concerned what caste or class they are born in. Still, he was playing the part of the son of the king of Raj. I don't know what will happen if my mother or anyone in Braj sees me sitting on the lap of this lady, he thought. And what would my friends say if they found out that I had called her mother? That's why he was looking here and there to see if anyone was watching. When he saw that no one else was around, he quickly jumped on the lady's lap and said, Mother. Then, just as quickly, he jumped off her lap and demanded, Now you should give me some fruits. The seller lady was delighted. Krishna had fulfilled all of her desires. She wanted to give him everything, all of her fruits, but his hands were so small that he could only take two mangoes and a banana. He held the fruits against his chest with both hands and went off dancing as small boys do. Krishna went to his mother and put all the fruits in her veil. She began to distribute them to her friends, and she became so happy, for was an endless and inexhaustible supply. She gave fruits to all the gopis, and when everyone had received fruits, there were still fruits left. And what happened to that fruit seller? When Krishna sat on her lap and called her mother, she was overcome with transcendental sentiments and emotions. She had given her whole heart and mind to Krishna. She didn't move for a long time but sat there outside the gate, motionless in disbelief. When someone approached her and asked, Why are you just sitting here? She did not reply. She could not. Eventually, towards evening time, the fruit seller took her basket on her head and started for home. When she came to the banks of Yamuna river, she thought, My basket is so heavy. What is in it? When she put the basket down and looked into it, she was amazed at what she saw. The basket was filled with wonderful jewels, each one equal in value to the whole of King Kansa's treasury. The fruit seller was completely fixed in her meditation on Krishna. Standing on the bank of the Yamuna, she cried out, What is the use of all these jewels? Then she threw them all into the Yamuna, and with her hands above her head, she began to sing like a mad woman. Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. She had no veil, it had come off. She collapsed and fell on the earth, weeping. She had no sense, only the sense that Krishna was there. Tears were pouring from her eyes and her heart was melting. No one knew where she went after that, for she never returned to her house. Where had she gone? Can anyone say? Krishna knew her heart completely. He thought, Oh, she would like to be my mother. He gave her a very beautiful spiritual body and quickly took her to his supreme abode, Golok Vrindavan, where she could be like his mother eternally. Only her material body was left lying on the banks of the Yamuna, and someone came and gave it to fire. It is very wonderful to follow that fruit seller if you want to. Your Gurudev has come to give you this, to sprinkle this mercy. You cannot repay him with wealth or reputation or anything of this world. You have nothing that you can give to Gurudev that could repay him. You should meditate on Sri Guru's glory and try to understand who he is. He wants to give you the same wealth that Krishna gave to that fruit seller. So try to take what he wants to give you. Don't waste your valuable time and don't waste this valuable human body. At once, from this moment, you should try to be like that most fortunate fruit seller, always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna and always singing Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govind Damodar Madhaveti. How should you sing? Not as if you are singing an ordinary song. You should pray to Krishna with all your heart and then Krishna will hear. Otherwise, you may be singing like a professional. Krishna doesn't need that kind of music. He already knows many songs. He wants your heart. An inferior devotee may be able to sing expertly, but Krishna wants more. Try to pray like this with your full heart, and Krishna will hear. However you chant, whatever kirtan you sing, you should be absorbed in it. If you are singing just to make music, Krishna will not hear. But if you are chanting and hearing in a heartfelt way, Krishna will come at once and give you his wealth.
Okay. Anything to say? Anybody has anything to say?
Yeah, so very eager to see Krishna. After hearing his glories, we should hear more about how beautiful, how amazing, wonderful Krishna is. And we'll develop the eagerness that this fruit vendor had. I want to see Krishna. If I don't see Krishna, I will die. Right? So, uh, Yeah, like fish out of water. Like I cannot survive without Krishna. And not wanting anything in return for our service. Just want to make Krishna happy for his pleasure to do all the services, right?
Yeah.
And Krishna will give us the highest wealth, which is Krishna Prem is the highest. The wealth of this world, what there's no happiness it can give us. We want Krishna. We don't want anything from Krishna. We want Krishna.
Anybody else has anything they would like to share? There is a nice verse about greed, right? The greed or the eagerness that we often quote.
Yeah. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamuti Kriyatam Yadi Kutopi Labhyate Tatra Lolemapi Muke Mekilam Janma Kotir Sukritirna Labhyate. The only price to enter into the kingdom of God is to have intense greed. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it. Right? That's what it says.
Without delay. Yes.
Without the otherwise, pure devotional service cannot be had even in hundreds and thousands of lifetimes.
By pious activities.
Hmm.
And this greed will increase when? When will the greed increase for something?
When we have taste,
When you have taste. When taste comes, then you feel doing it again and again, right? I mean, so so there is taste for something, like then you want to go to that restaurant again and again because it's very nice and you can enjoy different flavors of which we are not supposed to eat in restaurants, but I'm just saying you they say this is nice, so that's you like that. So Krishna is a Rasaraj also, and there's many flavors. And service to Krishna, when it gives happiness, not just theoretically speaking, theory is to inspire us to taste the happiness. Like somebody says, oh, this honey is very nice, honey is very good. You should taste this, you should taste. That's the inspiration part. But then after hearing like that, like somebody told us America is very good and we saw on the TV and like that, and some of our relatives said, yes, you should go to America. And then what we did, we came to America because we heard the glories of America. But after hearing the glories, you are supposed to actually do something, right? So that is service, that we say devotional service. After hearing, you are supposed to do something. And of course, hearing itself is service. So, yeah. So we hear about the glories of chanting. Oh, chanting is so wonderful, wonderful. Then we are supposed to chant the holy name because that's when we say, okay, I've understood the glories of chanting. And then we'll get taste. If you do it properly, in a humble state of mind, avoiding the offenses, then we'll get taste. And another thing in that book was written that Krishna doesn't is not impressed by the music. Right? You may be very good singer, you may have very melodious voice. But Krishna is not impressed by this. So even she was from a lower caste, but still Krishna, because of her devotion, she was the highest. So okay, so that's what matters. Okay, so text 11. Somebody like to read? How many verses are there in this chapter? I think Sonia wanted to read. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, okay. We'll read 5 till 15. We'll read.
Okay. When Krishna was going to the fruit vendor very hastily, most of the grains he was holding fell. Nonetheless, the fruit vendor filled Krishna's hands with fruits, and her fruit basket was immediately filled with jewels and gold. Yeah, in this verse, it relates to what is said in Bhagavad Gita about Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Krishna is so kind that if anyone offers him fruit or a leaf or water, he immediately accepts it as long as it's offered with bhakti. Anybody wants to share anything about this?
I think we can move on. Nobody has
Okay.
any comment.
Once after the rooting of the Yamala Arjuna trees, Rohini Devi went to call Rama and Krishna, who had both gone to the riverside and were playing with the other boys with deep attention.
Ram is Balram.
Balram. Mhm. Okay. Verse 13. Because of being too attached to playing with the other boys, Krishna and Balram did not return upon being called by Rohini. Therefore, Rohini sent Mother Yashoda to call them back, because Mother Yashoda was more affectionate to Krishna and Balram. Verse 14. Krishna and Balaram, being attached to their play, were playing with the other boys, although it was very late. Therefore, Mother Yashoda called them back for lunch. Because of her ecstatic love and affection for the Krishna and Balaram, a milk flowed from her breast. Verse 15. Mother Yashoda said, "My dear son, lotus-eyed Krishna, come here and drink the milk from me. My dear darling, you must be very tired because of hunger and fatigue of playing so long. There is no need to play anymore."
Okay, so she's trying to bring Krishna back for lunch, and he's not coming. Rohini was unsuccessful. Rohini is the mother of Balram. She was unsuccessful. So Yashoda went, and she will see what happens. Is she successful or not? Because they have to take their lunch, and they are not coming. They're just playing, playing, playing. Like children, when they are absorbed in playing, they don't like to interrupt. So Krishna was like an ordinary child that they just like to play. Okay.
Even in the forest, they would go on playing and would not feel hungry till a demon comes. And then once the demon is killed, they feel a little tired and then sit and hungry. And after the demon kill, every day a demon would be coming. Bhagavata mentions only a few demons, but every day demons were coming, and he was in the forest.
Yes. Same thing with the evening time. They would be playing, playing, playing. They would forget to go home. The demon would come also. Somehow they would go home back. But yeah, so it's so nice. We can keep playing with Krishna. So many games they play. It is described. I think it's coming up. So many different kinds of games they play. Cricket and football and all the games that are played in this world are played by Krishna. Every moment they would play so many games, different games, it's described. So there's always variety in the spiritual world. Okay, so go to 16th onwards. Somebody like to read? And we'll end with this last five verses. Read over Bhagavatam. Anybody would like to read? Who has not read? Priya Ranchan.
I can read,
Ishwari.
Prabhuji.
Okay, Umakantu, go ahead.
So, my dear Baldeva, best of our family, please come immediately with your younger brother Krishna. You both ate in the morning, and now you ought to eat something more. Nand Maharaj, the king of Vraj, is now waiting to eat. Oh, my dear son Balram, he is waiting for you. Therefore, come back to please us. All the boys, all the boys playing with you, and Krishna shall now go to their homes. Mother Yasoda further told Krishna, my dear son, because of playing all day, your body has become covered with the dust and sand. Therefore, come back, take your bath, and cleanse yourself. Today, the moon is conjoined with the auspicious star of your birth. Therefore, be pure and give cows in charity to the Brahmanas. Just see how all your playmates of your own age have been cleansed and decorated with beautiful ornaments by their mothers. You should come here, and after you have taken your bath, eaten your lunch, and been decorated with the ornaments, you may play with your friends again. My dear Maharaj Pariksit, because of intense love and affection, Mother Yasoda, Krishna's mother, considered Krishna, who was at the peak of all opulences, to be her own son. Thus, she took Krishna by the hand along with Balarama and brought them home, where she performed her duties by fully bathing them, dressing them, and feeding them.
Hmm. Yeah. So
So,
Yashoda brought back. She tried to scare. I don't know if that is in this one or the.
how below? That's the thing. She says there is a ghost coming. We saw that pastime enacted in New Vrindavan. Sachinandan Maharaj did the kirtan, Leela kirtan on this. Or yeah, maybe Achyuta Gopi was that. Yeah. So mother scares finally Krishna, and a ghost is coming.
And they're running because he's not coming. So finally, Yashoda also starts running. That ghost is coming. So then Krishna also runs. Ghost is coming. Ghost is coming. So I think there is some place in Vrindavan, right?
How belong? Yeah.
Where
What's the name of the place?
How belong?
let's
How
see.
Villa?
Yeah.
If you search online, you can see. Oh, there is a little pastime on this also. If you can read this, I can paste it.
Bhagavatam Katha here.
Yeah.
This is, if you see
Mm,
the screen,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, what is this here? It's the ghost, right? The how below. Something, a replica of. Okay.
Oh,
You can read this small pastime.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's not opening for me.
Mhm. Opening.
You can see the screen, right? You can
Yeah.
see Prabhuji's.
So one day Krishna and Balaram were playing with their friends, but it was time for them to come home to take their lunch. And Mother Yashoda sent Rohini, you go get Krishna Balaram. Rohini came and said, Krishna Balaram, please come. Your lunch is waiting for you. Nanda Maharaj is also waiting for you. But they were so busy playing, having so much fun with their friends that they ignored Mother Rohini. So she went and told Yashoda Mai that they will not come. So Yashoda Mai came and she began to very strictly order Krishna, you come back. But Krishna's friends told him, if you go, we will not play with you tomorrow. This all is not there in the Bhagavatam. But you will ruin your game, our game, if you go in the middle. So they said, you cannot go now in between. We are playing. You cannot halfway just leave like this. If you go, then we are not going to play with you. So Krishna, afraid of being banned from the play, continued playing, and Mother Yashoda was pleading with Krishna and chastising Krishna. But Krishna and Balaram just kept playing. And finally, Mother Yashoda was thinking, what should I do? He will be hungry. I cannot allow Krishna and Balaram to be hungry. It is not good for their health. So she began to think. Then she got an idea. She said, Krishna, Balaram, you better come right now because the How Bilau is coming. Krishna and Balaram said, what is How Bilau? She said, he's coming, he's coming. Let's go. They again asked, what is this How Bilau? Yashoda replied with a huff, How Bilau walks on four legs and has very fierce, very fierce eyes, and big mouth and sharp teeth, and he eats little children. And he's coming. Then Krishna Balaram looked at her and said, we do not believe in How Bilaus. There is no such thing. And then Mother Yashoda, she looked behind Krishna and Balaram from where they were standing, and she said, here he is, the How Bilau has come. And then with big eyes, she started running away as fast as possible. And when Krishna and Balaram saw this, they were afraid even to look back. They didn't want to verify whether actually the How Bilau was coming. It's just that Yashoda ran, so they started running. They immediately let out the scream and said, Mother, wait for us. They started running full speed ahead, and as Mother Yashoda ran all the way back to Nanda Bhavan, and Krishna and Balaram ran and ran as fast as they could. They were afraid to even look back, and they came into the house. And Yashoda Mai had nice prasad ready for them and sat next to Nanda Maharaj. And Krishna and Balaram were telling Nanda Maharaj, you should have seen this How Bilau. He had big fiery eyes and long teeth and big mouth and fur all over him. But we escaped. Somehow or other we ran so fast, we got away. And Nanda Maharaj was very happy. So in this way, Mother Yashoda, with her loving parental affection, performed so many pastimes for the pleasure of Krishna and Balaram. It is also said that after Mother Yashoda saw that this pastime worked very good, she made these murtis of How Bilau. And when Krishna and Balaram would be naughty, she would say, beware, I will take you to How Bilau. So they would become very nice. So even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna and Balaram fear How Bilau. This is the sweetness of the Leela of Sri Vaishnava. Okay, so Krishna killed so many demons, so there was no reason for him to be afraid of How Bilau. Right? He killed Sakatasu, Putana. But since Yashoda is saying like that, it instilled fear in his heart. Because Yashoda wants that. So Krishna is again complying. And he actually feels fear. Right? So that's like we read that how gopis said, you dance, we will give you chas. Or a sweet, you dance for us. And Krishna is dancing. So again, Britya Vashyata.
These devotees enacted this pastime at New Vrindavan. I had recorded it. I put in the link of that YouTube video. You can all watch. It was very funny. How one girl became this How Bilau, and yeah, it was very funny. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Any other comments from anybody? So we will read our Bhagavatam, 7th canto.
Yeah, I think one thing that I text 18, where Mother Yashoda talks about the auspicious star of his birth and to give cows in charity, and the purport mentions that to observe one's birth ceremony, you should do yajna, dana, or tapa instead of cutting a birthday cake. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you can do chanting of the holy name. Yajna is the Sankirtan Yajna.
Okay. Yes. That's good to know.
You can give charity for the propagation to the Vaishnavas, for the propagation of Krishna consciousness. And tapa. Tapa means, what is the tapa part?
Meditation. Meditate.
Austerity.
Austerity.
Yeah, we can do more chanting on that day. or otherwise also. That is the highest tapa for us, is to control our mind and fix it on Krishna. Getting up early in the morning, going to the temple, attending Mangal Aarti, and then chanting your rounds, increase your rounds on that day.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you like it, it is not tapa. If you enjoy doing it,
Hmm.
but because we are not, yeah, we generally chant only 16, and then not many of you chant more, but I'm just saying that, yeah, tapa means something that you don't like but is favorable. It's an austerity, but austerity can be pleasing also. So then it's no longer austerity.
Hmm. Although birth in this material world is not good, right? We have come out of our material desires to enjoy in this hellish world, but we have been given this human body, so it's also a day of celebrating that I got this human birth again. Krishna is giving me a chance to come out of the cycle of birth and death and develop love for him.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a mistake to take birth in this material world, because with birth, death will also come, old age and disease, and all the struggles between birth and death will also come. So it's not really a good thing to take birth in this material world, except for those acharyas who come because they have to deliver all the conditioned souls. So they come, the great souls who are liberated, like the six Goswamis. Everybody else comes because of their material desires in this material world. So you get another material body to fulfill those unfulfilled desires from your previous life. We could have gone back home back. That's why Jad Bharat was thinking, well, I goofed it up. And he was very careful in his life as Jad Bharat. So we don't generally think, I mean, those who don't have the knowledge, they don't think that, oh, this is, I goofed it up and I got another birth. I should have gone back home, back to Godhead in my last life. But we don't think like that. We think it's a very joyous occasion. Yes, and another way it's joyous because again Krishna gave me a chance that you were saying. Yeah, to again. So we never, Krishna is ever working, ever willing, ever waiting. So he's ever working, he's always giving us chances and ever willing to give us chances. Not like the Christians, they say, oh, you burn in eternal hell forever. You burn in hell forever. They have some misconception like that. Of course, I don't know if it's part of Christianity or not, but they say like that. You burn in hell for eternity. Why would God do like that for His own children? If
Hmm.
ordinary parents would not do like that, why would God, who is so compassionate? So He gives us many chances. There is nothing you can do actually to turn God away completely, to give so that He gives up on us. There's nothing you can do. You can, of course, for the time being, there may be punishments and rectification, but He never gives up on us. So that is the nature of the Lord. In this world, we give up, right? If somebody, we try to, you call me to your house and then you don't show up, or and I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. And then after some time, you say, okay, they don't want to come, they don't want to meet me, okay, forget it. We say like that. But God is so infinitely impatient, infinitely patient, not impatient, infinitely patient.
Yeah. Except for one thing, when his devotees are hurt, if somebody does Vaishnava Prad, Krishna turns his face away from that devotee until that person begs forgiveness. So that's why it's called it's a very grave offense. Krishna doesn't mind offenses towards himself, but he minds if you offend his devotees.
And He makes arrangements again for them to again also come back to. him. It's not like eternal damnation.
It's just, no. Until they are willing to take a humble position and beg
Krishna gives
forgiveness.
intelligence also in their heart. When I mean this through the punishment, they are under they come to their senses, right? If they get suffer, and Krishna gives them again the chance to beg
Mhm.
forgiveness from the devotee. So
Mhm.
it is Krishna only who is giving the intelligence, right? He says, "From me comes intelligence." So thus, intelligence to beg forgiveness and punishment, all this is all arrangement of Krishna only. But of course, we have our free will also. That's again comes to free will and mercy. Yeah. So we have our free will also. But Krishna, yeah, he gives intelligence. It's mercy.
Like
So
they say that when Indra did that Govardhan Leela, right? Govardhan, he wanted to destroy that
Vrajavasis.
Vrindavan Vasis. And he begged for forgiveness. Krishna did not speak to him at all. He did not like it because he was trying to kill all the Vrajavasis. So, yeah, I mean, Krishna will forgive, but whether he will reciprocate, there is something called like feeling love
To
from Krishna.
Brahma he did not speak, right? Not to Indra.
Oh, yeah, Brahma, he did not speak, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but of course he knows everything, so he may act in certain way like that for time being. But he never gives up on us. That's basically the idea that even Ashwatthama, right? They said he was cursed or something, but then he's going to become the next what?
Vyasdev.
Vyasdev.
Because Radharani is mercy. Yeah, Krishna may give up on, but Radharani will not. She's more compassionate.
Yeah.
That's why the Vrajvasi say Radhe Radhe. Well, they say that Krishna left us, but Radharani did not.
Okay, so we'll read one verse or two verses or three verses. Let's see how big the purports are. Where are we? In this Putram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Can you read this? What is the question? The question is about who remembers the question? Parikshit Maharaj is asking.
How come Krishna always sides with the demigods? Is he partial?
Yeah. If he's supposed to be impartial, why is he siding with the demigods? How can a person equal to everyone be partial to some and inimical towards others? And there's a verse in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, I'm impartial. Which verse is that?
समोऽहं सर्वभूतेषु नामे द्वेष्योऽस्ति न प्रिय ये भजन्ते तु मां भक्त्या मायते तेषु चापे अहम्.
Okay, so text 3. Read text 3, I think we read this before. O greatly fortunate and learned Brahmana, Maharaj Parikshit is telling, addressing Shukdev Goswami, whether Narayan is partial or impartial has become a subject of great doubt. I think we read this. Kindly dispel my doubt with positive evidence that Narayan is always neutral and equal to everyone. So he's saying, this is my great doubt. Sometimes doubts haunt us. Like it is very difficult. Doubts can be because of, like many people have doubts, right? Whether all this in scripture is true or not, right? How Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, Lord Ram built the bridge and all these things. And the universe is coming from Mahavishnu. There are so many doubts. because we have no experience. That is one thing. We can have doubts because of that. And then can have doubts about somebody's character, like Krishna's character. Krishna is God, but then he's behaving like this, he's behaving partially. He's dancing with so many. How can he be God? Dancing with so many girls. He is actually he's stealing butter. How can he be God? So that kind of doubts also can come. One is doubt about the whole. Like we say in Satya Yuga, people used to live 100,000 years. Now that is very amazing, right? So we can have doubts. Really? 100,000 years? Are you kidding? We say, are you kidding? So, so what do we say? What would Prabhupada say? We are like
Frog in the well.
frog in the well. Yeah. We don't know anything about this universe. We don't know so many things. So how can we really know about the spiritual world unless we hear from the Shastra? Some people say really it exists or not, that is also doubtful. So of course Parikshit Maharaj is a pure devotee, but he is playing the part of an ordinary person. He's asking on behalf of about Narayan's qualities. Okay, he's God, but then how can he be not? How can he be partial? The great sage Sukadeva Goswami said, "My dear king, you have put before me an excellent question." I think we read this also. Discourses concerning the activities of the Lord, in which the glories of his devotees are also found, are extremely pleasing to the devotees. Such wonderful topics always counteract the miseries of materialistic way of life. Therefore, great sages like Narad always speak upon Srimad Bhagavatam, because it gives one the facility to hear and chant about the wonderful activities of the Lord. Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto Srila Vyasadeva and then begin to describe the topics concerning the activities of Lord. Okay, we read this verse, then next verse. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is always transcendental to material qualities, and therefore he is called Nirguna, or without qualities. Because he is unborn, he does not have a material body to be subjected to attachment and hatred. So all this hate, rag and dvesh, all these things are because of this material body and the material conditioning, the modes of nature. But Krishna is not subjected to this. Although the Lord is always above material existence, through his spiritual potency, he appeared and acted like an ordinary human being, accepting duties and obligations, apparently like a conditioned soul. So let's read this verse. So-called attachment, detachment, and obligations pertain to the material nature, which is an emanation from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But whenever the Lord descends and acts in this material world, he does so in his spiritual position. Although his activities materially appear different, spiritually they are absolute and non-different. Thus, it is an imposition upon the Supreme Lord to say that he is envious of anyone or friendly to anyone. Okay. In the Bhagavad Gita 9:11, the Lord clearly says, Avajananti mama mudha manushim tanum ashritam. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. Krishna appears on this earth or within this universe without any change in his spiritual body or spiritual qualities. Indeed, he is never influenced by the material qualities. So we are influenced by mode of passion, mode of ignorance, mode of goodness. And in different bodies, different modes are prevailing. Animals are mostly affected by mode of ignorance. So like that. So our body, Krishna doesn't, the Prabhupada is saying Krishna doesn't have a material body. And he comes in his self-same spiritual form. What is that? Ajopi san avyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. Prakritim swamadhisthaya Prakriti
Sambhavami Atmamaya.
Sambhavami Atmamaya. So Krishna in the fourth chapter he says this, yes, I come by my own sweet will, by my own internal potency I descend. So without any change in his spiritual body or spiritual qualities. So we don't say soul of Krishna and body of Krishna because he doesn't have like that distinction between soul and body. Indeed, he is never influenced by the material qualities. Although he doesn't have those distinctions, he still gets hurt and still bleeds. Like when Draupadi, right, when Krishna was cutting something and he cut his hand with his knife and it started bleeding. And Draupadi became very, like, what you can say, disturbed. And she took, what did she do?
She teared her sari, expensive sari, and put a bandage on Krishna's. So Krishna said, whenever you need any help in the sari department or kitchen department, I will always help you. And that's when Kuru Sabha happened and then Durvasa Muni came. And there, Krishna.
And the kitchen department, yeah, Durvasa Muni was kitchen department. How? Because Duryodhan wanted to create some trouble for the Pandavas. And Pandavas were in Kamyavan. And yeah, you know the story, so I don't say, but yeah, Duryodhan wanted to create. So he said, okay, Durvasa Muni was pleased. And he's very pleased, very angered easily. So he said, ask for a boon. Duryodhan said, I just want this boon that you should also uh, give your blessings to the Pandavas and take your next meal in the at, at Pandava's place who are living there in Kamyavan. And with your all 60,000 disciples, you should go there. And at a certain time, because that's the time when Draupadi had finished eating. So all these things happened, okay. So he was always free from such qualities, but he appears to act under the material influence. He appears to act under material influence, like he becomes angry, Damodar Leela. This understanding is aropita or an imposition. Therefore, Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam. Whatever he does, being always transcendental, has nothing to do with material qualities. Evam yoveti tatvataha. Only devotees can understand the truth of how he acts. So he's doing like, he's not angry, but he appears to be angry. You can say like that. Or he's actually angry because he wants to have some leela. The fact is that Krishna is never partial to anyone. He's always equal to everyone. But because of imperfect vision, influenced by material qualities, one imposes material qualities upon Krishna. And when one does so, he becomes a muda, a fool. So we impose our morality on Krishna. We cannot do certain things, so Krishna cannot also do that thing. Because if he were to do any immoral activity, then he would become, culpable, punishable. So that's what we say, but that's not. Like Prabhupada was in where Kumbh Mela or somewhere, and they asked him. One man was Krishna. He was saying that Krishna's dealing with gopis is immoral. Immoral. What did Prabhupada say? He was not able to understand. Prabhupada was trying to tell him that no, it's not immoral. Then
Who's
Krishna
the
said,
lady next to you?
huh? Who is the
Who's the
lady
lady
sitting
next
to
to
you?
you?
Next to you?
She's my wife. Well, she's not meant for your enjoyment. She's Krishna's. Everybody's Krishna's
Yeah. So he
property.
says your dealings with your wife are immoral because your wife belongs to Krishna. Everybody belongs to Krishna. They are meant for Krishna's enjoyment. So you have usurped Krishna's property and trying to enjoy. So your dealings with your wife are Krishna's dealing with gopis are not immoral, like that he said. So yeah, so everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna is the enjoyer. If we are in that consciousness, then we are liberated. The whole reason we are in this material consciousness is because We are not accepting that Krishna is the enjoyer and I am the enjoyed. We are thinking I am the enjoyer. So we are trying to take Krishna's position. And it doesn't work like that. So it creates stress. Why is so much stress is there? Krishna says, Manashashtani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. Everybody is struggling in this. Why there is so much struggle in this material world? Because we are in an artificial consciousness. And that's why there is so much struggle. So, like you want to do something artificially, then you have to work against your actual, you have to make so many other arrangements to do artificially. And you have to work very hard, right? So,
We are trying to compete with Krishna. We are envious of Krishna and try to compete with him. We are the servants, that's our dharma. Jira Suruga. We are trying to be the Lord's master.
just like the example is that if you want to live in water, it's not your nature to live in water. But if you want to make a submarine and go inside the water, it requires so much endeavor, right? And things can go bad. Right? So some people died also. They went to the bottom and the oxygen failed, and some people, one rich person died, right, recently, some years back, trying to go down. So it's an artificial situation. So you have to make so many arrangements and so much. So similarly here, because it's not our natural situation, we are not in our natural situation. So there is a lot of struggle. But Maya is so powerful that we think this struggle is happiness. This struggle is happiness. And we get covered over. So those who are intelligent, can they see this? No, this is simply a struggle. So because of illusion, we cannot see this. And Krishna has created this illusion to satisfy our whims. So he is allowing us to act like him. So carry out our desire. And then finally we become frustrated. When one can properly understand the truth, one becomes devoted and nirgun, free from material qualities. Simply by understanding the activities of Krishna, one can become transcendental. And as soon as one is transcendental, he is fit to be transferred to the transcendental world. Okay. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna, one who understands the activities of the Lord in truth, is transferred to the spiritual world after he gives up his material body. Because if he understands in truth, then he will surrender to Krishna. Krishna says, those who know my glories, aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravardate, iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. They worship me with all their hearts. So, and in 10.7 we should memorize this verse also. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yoveti tatvataha so vikalpena yogena yujyate natra sanshayah. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Unalloyed means pure and uninterrupted also. Of this there is no doubt. So if you have a lot of faith in Krishna, ultimately its advancement is a matter of faith, right? The more faith we have in Krishna, that Krishna will take care of me, Krishna will protect me, then I can give my life to him. So, yeah, that is the...
Yeah, and also only Krishna can help me exclusively, which is also truth. In our time of distress, only Krishna can help us. He may be making other people as instruments of getting help from, but eventually he is the only one that can help. So that we should not think like that's what Prabhupada says is the definition of humility. Oh, my wealth will save me, my family members will save me, my intelligence, my contacts, my gun, nothing can save me in my time of distress. Only Krishna can save me. That is when we exclusively surrender to Krishna. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, exclusive surrender. Ananya Cheta Satatam. So many times Krishna says Ananya means no other, only Krishna.
And Krishna may not personally come, he may come in the form of his devotees. And he can, or some other, but all Krishna's arrangement, everything works. So here's some quote: Krishna always takes care of everything. Now the question may arise, does Krishna really do that? The answer is, why not try it and see what happens? And surrender to Krishna and see what happens. This is Bhakti Charu Swami saying. Depend upon Krishna and you will see Krishna takes care. It is not a fairy tale, it is reality. Krishna takes care of his devotees.
So what you are saying is what Arjuna Acharya was saying. Krishna gets it done. Yoga Kshemam Karomyaham. But Krishna himself came and said, no, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I myself do it.
And he sends his messengers like Srila Prabhupada, who saves us.
And Srila Prabhupada is saying, don't surrender to anybody, surrender only to Krishna.
Surrender to the spiritual master. Surrender to the spiritual master, right? I mean, we say,
yeah, and the spiritual master is speaking. That's what Prabhupada's words were. Don't have faith in anybody else. Spiritual master is saying that we have to put our Shraddha, our faith in Krishna. And the Shraddha Shabde Vishwas kahe, Sudrida Nischay, Krishna Bhakti koile sarva karma karato hai.
yeah.
He's saying put your faith only in Krishna. That is the spiritual master's instructions.
Correct. Spiritual master engages in disciples. Sri Vigraha Radhana Nityanana Shringaratan Mandir Marjanado Yuktasya Bhaktansha Niyunjatopi Bande Guru Sri Charavindam. Yeah, so he engages his disciples like Prabhupada engaged. So you have to surrender means surrender to the instructions of the surrender also means Vapu and Vani Seva. And Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado. Yasya Prasadat Nagati Kutopi. By pleasing the spiritual master, then Krishna is pleased. And by not pleasing the spiritual master, then you cannot get the mercy of Krishna. So you have to follow, you have to become obedient and subservient to the Guru. And that's what Krishna also, like we say, he also says that in the, what is that verse? Just try to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master. What is that verse?
Hare Krishna. Tadviti Pranipate.
Tadviti Pranipate.
Pariprashyana.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So question is that you said that by pleasing the spiritual master, Krishna is pleased, right? For instances like someone who is a neophyte or initial stage of bhakti, they don't have guru or spiritual master, right? So how to serve that Krishna will be pleased?
So we
Like
have to
whom
find
to
we
serve?
have to find a spiritual master. We may not have. We should pray to Krishna. Yes, I want to meet your pure devotee. Like all this Prithu Maharaj, and they are praying, right? Please put me in the association of your pure devotees. Right? I don't want any other benediction. I just want to be in the association. We have to pray like that, and then
Also, Prabhupada is actually our guru.
yeah,
He has given us the book. And other spiritual masters, they're presenting Prabhupada only and they're repeating his words. So all the books are there. Krishna is also guru.
Yeah, you may need a personal touch, right? Because you want somebody to guide you on a day-to-day basis or something, or you have doubts, and that is also required for.
Yeah, and that, see, sometimes the gurus are not available. So you need some local senior devotees and local mentors to able to guide you on a daily basis, or however
Yeah, guru
such.
can be anybody. It doesn't have to be like, okay, this person is like, you have to find a pure devotee. It doesn't mean they have to have the stamp or anything like that from the organization. It's not that. It's somebody who is sincerely practicing and they are pure in their heart, they're free from material desires, they've dedicated their life. They may not have the stamp, like Dravida Prabhu, for instance. He doesn't have the stamp of being a spiritual
Mm,
master.
mm,
But so it doesn't matter whether somebody is stamped or not.
mm,
You have to see whether they are engaged in
mm.
spiritual life, and they can guide you, they have affection for you, like that, all these things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Sajatiya. Yeah, Sajatiya Snigdasya and Ashraya. That verse, pasting this verse. So yeah, one who is like-minded, who is affectionate towards you, who has time for you, and who is more advanced than you in spirituality. He may not be a pure devotee also, because pure devotee is very rare. It's a very high position, but he's on the path of pure devotion. He can be a
And we
mentor.
cannot say who is pure devotee, who is not pure devotee, because from our point of view, how somebody's consciousness is and what they are. I mean, for myself, I cannot say, okay, is this person a pure devotee? Is he not a pure devotee? I mean, I cannot judge. I may be also erring in my judgment. So, but the thing is, like, you feel inspired, right? I mean, you feel sheltered. That is, you can see, you feel protected, you feel sheltered, and you feel that you have that faith that if I follow this person's advice, then my life will go very smoothly, and all these things, like that is also there. And pure devotee, yeah, you, of course, everybody can see according to their own uh, consciousness. How we evaluate based on our own consciousness. Also, we say, what is that? Uh,
Atmaman manyate jagat.
Atmavan Manyate Jagat.
Yeah,
So,
and one person may fit in well with somebody
yeah, so
and
that's
not
what.
with the other. So you have to find the person that fits in well with your like-mindedness and is compatible with your nature.
So you have to find some association like that and take shelter of that association, take guidance. That person should also be willing to spend time if you have difficulty and help. So all these things.
Mhm. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, so we can hear something. Let's
I can sing a bhajan. Just
paste the link.
paste it. Mm. Yeah, so this is Lotan Das Thakur. Parama karuna bahudui jana nitai gaura chandra. सब अवतारा सारा शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंडा भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताय सुदृढ़ विश्वास कोरी विषय छड़िया शेर से मजिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाये मन दयाल दाता पशु पाखी झुरे पाषाण विदरे শুনি জানরা গুণ গাথা সংসারে মাজিয়া রহিলি পড়িয়া সে পদে নাহিল আশা আপন কর্ম ভুঞ্জাই সমনা কহে लोचन दासा परम करुणा बहुदुई जना निताय गौर चंद्र. Translation. The two lords, Nitai Gaurachandra, are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that they have introduced a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. My dear brother, I request that you just worship Lord Chaitanya Nityananda with firm conviction and faith. If one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna, Hari Hari without any motive. My dear brother, just try and examine this. Within the three worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even birds and beasts cry and stones melt. But Lochan Das regrets that I am entrapped by sense gratification. Since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, then Yamraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attracted by this movement. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu has given us a very easy and joyful process in this Kali Yuga. There is no incarnation which is more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is that verse that Rupa Goswami says? How does it start?
Namo Mahavadanya.
Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prema Prasad. He is giving out Krishna Prem easily by simply this chanting, dancing, and feasting. So yesterday, Deepti was telling me that she's here. She went to this Syracuse place, and they have opened a center there. And out of the small center where devotees come together and do kirtan and harikatha discussion, and so pleasing for many people who are not in, there is no big temple there, and they want association of devotees. All these devotees mercifully, they have opened this center and they're arranging prasad and all this so that people can come, and everybody is suffering in their mind and so many disturbances are there. But once you come in the association of devotees and hear harikatha and do kirtan and eat prasad, then suddenly all your distress just goes away. So that is the merciful nature of devotees who are preaching. That's why gopis are telling that they are bhuri dajana, they are very munificent. We actually don't realize that how much benefit we can just being outside and handing over some books or doing some kirtan and giving spiritual knowledge that is even very basic. Some person we may come across who's trying to commit suicide, and as Keshav Swami Maharaj was saying, in one time he met like 3 people and one of them was even carrying the rope with him that he wanted to kill himself. So there are people who are suffering, and we have this knowledge, and it doesn't need to be very detailed that you need to know all the scriptures and everything. You just need to tell others that this process, chanting of Hare Krishna and telling them about the spiritual world and about the nature of this material world, whatever you know. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Amara agya hai guru e tara desh. Everybody should become a spiritual master. And whoever they meet should tell them about Krishna, about Bhagavad Gita, about the holy name. And you don't know what the other person may be going through and how this can just save their life. So, but the thing that stops us from experiencing the joy in this movement is our own punishing me. And so that bliss, that joy, our own anartha stop that. Lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion, envy towards devotees, all these things will stop us in our joy, experiencing joy in chanting. So if you want to have joy, try to become a pure devotee. Try to do service to Krishna without any motive. Chant Hare Krishna without any motive. I just want to give pleasure to Krishna. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Anybody else like to sing or say anything? Okay, so we'll read, we'll hear. Why enjoyment always comes with pain? From Amog Leela Prabhu. So 1 minute. share with the sound.
David Lichtenstein. I founded Lightstone.
होता है क्यों? हाँ जी, मजा तो होता है, लेकिन मजे के अंदर दुख भी छुपा होता है। बाहर कवरिंग में देखें, पैकेजिंग में देखें अगर, तो हाँ सुख होता है, इंजॉयमेंट होती है, लेकिन उसका अगर कोर में जाके देखेंगे ना, उसके एसेंस को देखेंगे, वहां दुख भी होता है। तो किस प्रकार से इस जगत के अंदर इवन मटेरियल एंजॉयमेंट इज फुल ऑफ मिजरी, आज हम इस पर चर्चा करने वाले हैं। सो सांख्य सूत्र भाष्य के अंदर बताया गया है कि किस प्रकार से 5 प्रकार की तुष्टि में दुख छुपा होता है, और आप देखेंगे दैट हाउ प्रैक्टिकल इट इज, हाउ रियलिस्टिक इट इज, किस तरह से हमारी ग्राउंड रियलिटी को एक्सपोज करते हैं